Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Coastal Empire High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the Savannah Morning News, presented by Georgia Ports Authority and in partnership with Chatham Orthopedic Associates.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this will be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Plus, one lucky person using the hashtags on Instagram or Twitter will receive an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight, thanks to support from Savannah Harbor Foundation. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, 2 former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? The awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Gabby Van Brunt of St. Andrews School.
Already qualified to swim in the U.S. Olympic trials, Gabby Van Brunt of St. Andrews proved to be the most versatile swimmer in the Coastal Empire's pools this season. The star sophomore won the 50 free, 100 fly, and 100 backstroke to establish GISA records.
Congratulations, Gabby. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Sam Parker of the Habersham School.
No one in the Coastal Empire region was faster in the pool than Sam Parker this season. Already set to attend the University of Georgia next year, Parker punctuated his prep efforts with 3 more state titles in the 50 freestyle, 200 free, and 100 free at the GAPPS meet. In all, he collected 12 state titles in his high school career.
Congratulations, Sam.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the golf awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true. But there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you've got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Female Golfer of the Year is Mary Miller of Savannah Christian Prep.
As the only female playing golf for Savannah Christian, Mary Miller could not qualify with a team for the Georgia High School State Tournament. She had to make it as an individual with one of the top scorers at the Area 2A private tournament. Miller did that, then finished second at state as one of only 2 players under par. The star freshman won the City of Savannah High School Golf Championship at Bacon Park and the Richmond Hill Wildcat Invitational at Savannah Quarters. Her 18-hole average was 75, earning her Class A private All-State honors.
Congratulations, Mary. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Golfer of the Year is Reed Lauder of Savannah Country Day School.
Reed Lauder had an excellent excuse for missing a regular season golf match this season when he entered as an amateur for an event on the professional level Corn Ferry Tour. When the junior returned, he helped bring Savannah Country Day within 2 strokes of a state title. Lauder fired the round of the tournament, a 6 under 66, and finished second individually in the GHSA Class A private division. The All-Stater averaged a 72.5 score for 18-hole matches and 36.5 for 9-hole matches.
Congratulations, Reed.
Carrie Walsh Jennings here. Stick around. Volleyball's coming up soon.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Trainer won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, But in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. And your honorees for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the finalists for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the Coastal Empire Volleyball Player of the Year is Jordan Christie of Habersham School.
Jordan Christie started out her high school career as a setter for the Habersham School and excelled running the offense. Then she made the move to outside hitter and became an even more powerful weapon. She led the Patriots to their third straight state crown as they beat Oakwood Christian in 4 sets to win the GAPPS Division 1A state title, and she was also an all-state first-team pick. Christie, who is signed to play at Georgia Southern, racked up 564 kills on the year.
Congratulations, Jordan.
Hello, my name is Katie Stuller, and I serve as the General Manager of Cintas Corporation, a rental uniform and facility services company. High school sports is such an important part of our community. The lessons that it teaches are invaluable, as well as the relationships that are built on and off the field. I want to take a moment today to share who Cintas is. We are an industry leader in supplying Savannah and the Low Country with corporate identity uniform programs, facility product solutions, and restroom services, as well as first aid solutions. We're committed to keeping our customers ready for their workday and providing caring service to each customer and the communities that we serve. I'm so glad that we have the opportunity to recognize and celebrate you, the young men and women who have contributed so much of their time and talent to high school athletics. You have most certainly earned the awards being announced this evening, and Cintas is so proud to honor your achievements. Now let's announce some more awards.
Not all of our awards are sports specific. There are a few that draw their lists of exceptional candidates from across the athletic spectrum. The first of those is our I Am Sport Award. This award spotlights student athletes who have taken a leadership role outside of competition, volunteering their help to improve their communities. And to present it, we have the truly amazing athlete and mental health advocate, Imani McGee Stafford.
Imani was selected 10th overall in the 2016 WNBA draft by the Chicago Sky. But while she was a student at the University of Texas, she shared her very personal story. From the ages of 8 to 12, Imani was abused by a relative. That trauma led her to attempt to take her own life multiple times. Like so many others carrying painful secrets, she thought she was the only one. But through counseling and writing, she changed her life.
Imani has stepped away from professional sports to pursue a law degree, but nothing has stopped her from speaking out against the stigma long associated with those in need of mental health services. Her bravery has helped so many people she's never met. Much like the nominees of the I Am Sport Award, who share her passion for helping others, here she is, Imani McGee Stafford.
And now, the Cintas I Am Sport Award.
Hey, all you athletes out there. Guess what? We all have something in common. When we practice, we get to see very clearly the fruits of our labor. Doesn't matter if it's measured in inches or seconds, pounds or points, velocity or victories, we can clearly see how we are improving. But there's so many people out there who have a hard time seeing any improvement in their day-to-day lives. Just like we are helped by coaches, teachers, teammates, and family to reach our potential in our sport, we need to help others reach their potential in life. And I am proud to see that so many of you are out there doing just that. The I Am Sport Award is our way to say thank you for all of your efforts. You are showing that high school athletes can give more to their communities than their signature win over a rival team. They can give hope.
Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists.
And the I Am Sport Award goes to Candace Kiefer of Effingham County High School.
When standout runner Candace Kiefer isn't logging miles for the cross country and track teams or studying for classes at Effingham County High School, you can often find the junior giving up her limited time to help others in the community. Kiefer volunteers with Cure Childhood Cancer and with the Interact Club, but her most impactful venture is with an organization that she started. During her freshman year, she went to her parents with an issue that was heavy on her heart. She noticed not all athletes have the same opportunities or the best equipment. She decided to start a program through the Athletic Leadership Committee at her school to raise money for at-risk players in all sports. The program provides assistance to pay player fees and purchase needed shoes or equipment that will level the playing field and allow participation regardless of family income. Thus far, she has raised more than $7,000 for the cause.
Congratulations, Candace.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world number one claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles. Added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles, 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here. To tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school. Because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Female Tennis Player of the Year is Cami Lowry of Savannah Arts Academy.
Cami Lowry went 38-1 in her 4-year career at Savannah Arts, losing just once in the playoffs her freshman year. She was 9-0 as a senior and helped lead the Panthers to a region title and to the second round of the state playoffs. She is signed to play at Rhodes College in Memphis.
Congratulations, Cami. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Tennis Player of the Year is Wilson Player from Savannah Country Day School.
Senior Wilson Player was the anchor of the Hornets at #1 singles this year. He went 17-4 on the season, with just one loss to a player in the Coastal Empire. Player was a key part of a stellar tennis squad that beat all of its area opponents at least once.
Congratulations, Wilson.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnassus here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross-country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross-Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Female Cross-Country Runner of the Year is Candace Kiefer of Effingham County High School.
Candace Kiefer began the season as perhaps the top girls cross-country runner in the Coastal Empire, and she didn't disappoint. The Effingham County Junior won the Region 2 6A title and 6 regular season meets and was 11th at the Class 6A state meet. A first-team All-Greater Savannah selection in each of her 3 seasons, she has added Girls Cross Country Runner of the Year to her accolades. And after the season, Kiefer ran her personal best at a national meet.
Congratulations, Candace. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Tyler Phillips of South Effingham High School.
Tyler Phillips is the Savannah Morning News' Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year after bursting on the scene as a freshman, posting the fastest time of any Coastal Empire runner at the state meet with his 4th place finish. He led South Effingham to its best result in program history, 2nd in Class 6A. Phillips also won the Region 2 6A title in 3 regular season meets. After the season, he was honored as the top freshman runner in Georgia and ran a personal best time at a national meet.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Is an achy joint making your job more difficult? Rather than living in constant pain, let Chatham Orthopedics get you back to work, back on track, and back in motion. With a team of highly trained physicians, we'll get you back in motion with treatments including pain management, physical therapy, orthopedic surgery, and sports training. Visit one of our conveniently located offices in Savannah, Pooler, Richmond Hill, and Rincon, and let us get you back on the right foot. Chatham Orthopedics, because life is moving.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to receive an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight, brought to you by Savannah Harbor Foundation. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Moyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather, like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time,
Yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational. Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
And what about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock and the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken. And legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name. Track and Field, presented by the Savannah Sports Council.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Leah Williams of Liberty County High School.
Once a middle school sprinter, Leah Williams embraced the weight room when she got to Liberty County and has since turned herself into one of the state's top throwers. The junior captured the 3A state crown in the shot put with a personal best heave, while adding second in the discus. She owns the school record in both events, hitting her personal best mark at Georgia's second best for the 2021 season in the discus throw at sectionals.
Congratulations, Leah. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Mion McLeod of Liberty County High School.
A standout football player, Mion McLeod decided to give track and field a full go in 2021, and he's glad that he did. The Liberty County senior ran the fastest time in the state of Georgia in the 100 meters and didn't lose a race at that distance all season. He won gold at the Class 3A state meet in the 100, 200, and with the 4x100 relay team.
Congratulations, Mion.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer awards.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school. and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Female Soccer Player of the Year is Emma Beddoe of St. Vincent's Academy.
High-scoring forward Emma Beddoe was the key to the Saints' offense, scoring 21 goals with 4 assists and 46 total points. The senior also served as a team captain. She helped lead the Saints to a region title and to the Elite Eight in the state playoffs.
Congrats, Emma. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Soccer Player of the Year is Alex Woods of Islands High School.
Islands High School senior Alex Woods was a playmaker for the Sharks. The multi-sports standout had 12 goals and 16 assists as Islands won a region title and advanced to the state semifinals for the first time in school history. Woods has signed with Coker University in South Carolina to play soccer and run cross country.
Congratulations, Alex.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
High school sports is in our blood.
And it's about more than scores or highlights.
It's about the kids, the families.
The electricity in the air when a team comes together to achieve the impossible.
Thank you for sharing these moments with us.
Frank Solkowski and Amy Zimmer covering the most local high school sports throughout Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. Only on WJCL 22 News. See us now.
Now, Laura, you know they say defense wins championships. I know you won't get any argument about that from our next presenter. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure you'd let him win that argument.
Yeah, I'd sure stay out of his way. Also, those people haven't met you. But anyway, here to present the Defensive Football Player of the Year is TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, the youngest in an NFL family dynasty, was drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017 and became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in more than 30 years. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist. Football Defense, presented by Savannah Coca-Cola.
Hey everybody, it's TJ Watt, giving some much-deserved props to the defenders out there. We all know that the offense is the one everybody likes to talk about and read about during the season. But over the long haul, history looks back kindly on those who defend. Think about it. The heroes of the Alamo, they were defenders. The iconic and beloved lawyer Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, defender. Even one of the early super popular video games back in the 80s was called, you guessed it, Defender. And how would you describe a talented player on the other side of the ball? You call them offensive, like a bad smell or a horrendous outfit, like that uncle who always jokes weirdly at Christmas. So keep doing what you're doing out there on the field. People may go nuts for the quarterbacks today, but they'll always remember you defenders for years to come. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Defensive Football Player of the Year is Bubba Chisholm of Island High School.
Islands had the best football season in school history. It seemed like linebacker Bubba Chisholm was in the middle of everything as the senior showed a knack for the big play. His 99-yard interception return was the key play in a tight region win over New Hampstead, and his blocked punt spurred a come-from-behind win from an 18-point fourth-quarter deficit in a playoff win over Hardaway. Chisholm, who was signed to play at Savannah State, was an all-region first-team selection and was named Savannah Quarterback Club's Defensive Player of the Year.
Congratulations, Bubba.
A big thanks to TJ Watt for helping us out with the defense. And before we move on to offense, I was thinking, Desmond, if I could get you, TJ, and our next presenter on my flag football team, I could go ahead and just plan the victory dinner before the season even started.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, man, I love to run routes for this guy. His accuracy and creativity as a signal caller make him a receiver's dream.
So more of my flag football team later, but he is one of the best and has certainly carved out a place for his name in the record books. Here to present is legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the third MVP trophy of his illustrious career. Football Offense, presented by Savannah Coca-Cola.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. One of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the Fumblerooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Offensive Football Player of the Year is Justin Thomas of Benedictine Military School.
Justin Thomas of Benedictine announced his commitment to play baseball at the University of Georgia in August. Then in the fall, the junior showed he could play a bit of football too. The running back, receiver, and defensive back did a lot of everything for Benedictine. He had 651 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns and caught 35 passes for 693 yards and 7 more scores, amassing 25 total touchdowns. He was also named co-winner of the Fiddick Caro Award as the top football player in Savannah and was the Savannah Quarterback Club's Offensive Player of the Year.
Congratulations, Justin.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Що може дати вам більше преимущество в конкуренції не думаєте. Here are your honorees for the Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are And the Coastal Empire Wrestler of the Year is Tate Evans of Richmond Hill High School.
Wrestling at 170 pounds, Tate Evans claimed the state championship in Class 6A, despite suffering a broken nose and 2 broken fingers in the title match. Evans' efforts led the Wolves to a 3rd place finish as a team. For the year, Evans finished with a 37-2 record.
Congratulations, Tate.
A lot of today's sports come from purely recreational origins, not lacrosse. Created by Native American tribes, what we call lacrosse was used to train warriors and even had some religious significance. Today, its popularity is absolutely exploding, thanks in no small part to our next presenter, lacrosse legend, Paul Rabil.
Paul Rabil, the lacrosse superstar and legend, has 7 championship titles through his college, professional, and international career. The 3-time MVP co-founded the Premier Lacrosse League, changing the game of pro play for the fastest growing team sport in North America.
What's up, all you lacrosse players out there? I'm Paul Rabil, and I've seen a bunch of your highlights and was blown away. You guys totally do your talking on the field, which is where you want a lacrosse player to do their talking, which got me thinking, why am I talking here instead of giving awards to you guys over there? So let's do this. And your honorees for Lacrosse Player of the Year are and the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Lacrosse Player of the Year is Cal Bowers of Benedictine Military School.
Senior midfielder Cal Bowers did it all for the Cadets, scoring 59 goals with 11 assists and 79 ground balls for the best squad in the area. Bowers wound up as an all-area first-teamer. Benedictine topped every local team it faced and finished 12-4 overall, falling to Fellowship Christian in the state playoffs.
Congratulations, Cal.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
Learn from them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, you know, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
You know, I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents, going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
The Savannah Harbor Foundation curates memories that last a lifetime. Polo matches, cuisine and cocktail events, boat parades, golf tournaments, car shows, and more. We partner with nonprofits to enhance fundraising through mentorship and other support services. Whether you're just starting out or need a little extra help, visit SavannahHarborFoundation.org to learn how we can help you make the world a better place.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jenny Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jenny Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jenny Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there is that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Softball Player of the Year is Alex Brown of South Effingham High School.
Alex Brown has been a versatile softball star for South Effingham throughout her prep career. Brown helped lead the Mustangs to a fantastic turnaround as they improved from a 13-20 record in 2019 to a 2020 Region 2 6A title and a berth in the Elite Eight as the Mustangs finished 28-4-1. The standout shortstop was named the Region 2 6A Player of the Year. It was an all-state first-team selection. She is signed to play at North Carolina.
Congratulations, Alex.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeathed runners scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Baseball Player of the Year is Carter Holton of Benedictine Military School.
Left-handed pitcher and first baseman Carter Holton had another incredible year for the Cadets, leading the squad to the Class 4A state title game. He went 9-2 pitching with a .35 ERA, striking out 137 batters in 59 innings. At the plate, he hit .429 with 10 doubles, 12 homers, and 41 RBIs with 42 runs scored. Holton signed to play at Vanderbilt, but could turn pro. He's a projected first-round pick in the 2021 Major League Baseball Amateur Draft.
Congratulations, Carter.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Female Basketball Player of the Year is Amani Hamilton of Johnson High School.
The co-player of the year in Region 3-3A, Johnson's Amani Hamilton could go inside or step back to score when necessary. Hamilton, the best girls basketball player in the Coastal Empire, averaged 25.1 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 3.1 blocks per game.
Congratulations, Amani. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Coastal Empire Male Basketball Player of the Year is Imadre Bowles of Johnson High School.
One of the Coastal Empire's most prolific scorers, 6'3" senior Imadre Bowles led the Adams Smashers to the Class 3A quarterfinals, scoring 34 points in a loss to top-ranked Sandy Creek. On the season, Bowles averaged 21.8 points per game, and he'll look to continue his career in college at East Georgia.
Congratulations, Imadre.
Chatham Orthopedic Associates is proud to serve as a sponsor for the 2021 Coastal Empire High School Sports Awards.
To be nominated for any of the athletic awards is quite an honor.
To the athletes who have been chosen as an award recipient, we congratulate you.
Your hard work and dedication have paid off. Best wishes to all. Stay healthy and strong.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow
to put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, "Courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow."
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship and through their strength and tenacity were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
The Courage Award, presented by Chatham Orthopedic Associates.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for the Coastal Empire is Trayvon Savage of Windsor Forest High School.
Windsor Forest junior running back Trayvon Savage played his best high school football game on October 15th. Less than a week after his mother, Trennis, died unexpectedly due to a seizure at her home in Savannah. She was 35 and a mother of 3. On the following day, despite the shock and emotion, Savage texted with his coach and decided that he wanted to play that week in his mother's honor. On game day, he summoned the focus to concentrate on the task at hand, and on the game's first carry, he took off and ran for 49 yards. He finished with a career-high 94 rushing yards and a touchdown in a 14-6 win over Jenkins. Savage told reporters that the game meant a lot to the entire team, but especially to him. He was awarded the game ball and dedicated the performance to the memory of his mother.
Congratulations, Trayvon. Your resilience shines through.
Hey, high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around. I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
There's nothing more important than teamwork. Here at WJCL 22, we know there's no one on our team that can do it alone. That's why it's so rewarding watching and covering high school student athletes, seeing the teamwork it takes to achieve their goals each and every year. It's a blessing and honor to be able to be there to promote and share their stories. Now back to the awards.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 2 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Team of the Year, presented by WJCL 22 News.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play. There really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the Coastal Empire Team of the Year is Calvary Day Girls Flag Football Team.
For the girls on the very first Calvary Day School flag football varsity team, it was about more than winning games. Even more than earning a state championship in the inaugural season as a Georgia High School Association sanctioned sport. This was an opportunity to include female athletes in the experience of playing Georgia high school football in the fall. The Cavaliers had players from a number of different sports come out for the team. Standout basketball guard Hannah Kale played quarterback, with Michaela Primo, another basketball star, playing a huge role. All-around athlete Nevaeh Hamilton, one of the stars of the squad, later signed to play flag football at Warner University. Chad Griffin took on the role as head coach, adding to his duties as school AD and boys and girls soccer coach. He guided the team to a 6-0-2 record, including a 6-0 victory in the state final.
Forever in the record books. Congratulations. Now for the Coach of the Year. Here are your honorees for the Coach of the Year. And the finalists are in the Coastal Empire, Coach of the Year is Bill Evans of Richmond Hill High School.
Bill Evans has been coaching wrestling at Richmond Hill High School for 8 seasons, the last 3 as the program's head coach. For the 3rd year in a row, Evans kept the Wildcats as a perennial power in the area and a state title contender. Evans knows the sport like the back of his hand and continues to learn the latest techniques to pass along to his wrestlers, whom he considers to be family. Sometimes they literally are family. Evans' son Will was a 2-time state runner-up before becoming an NCAA Division II All-America at Newberry College. Evans' younger son Tate was a Richmond Hill senior this season, and he battled through a broken nose and his opponent to capture a Class 6A state championship at 170 pounds. The Wildcats finished the year by placing 5 wrestlers at state, including sophomore Colin Dragon, who finished 2nd.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
Hi, my name is Griff Lynch, and I'm the Executive Director for the Georgia Ports Authority. You know, the Georgia Ports has been sponsoring this program for years now, and we're so proud to be a part of the Coastal Empire School Awards program. and I want to congratulate all of the student athletes who will be celebrated tonight. I hope you all have a great time. And listen, I just want to share with you some really special news. You may know that we have the YES program, Youth, Equipment, and Safety, and we will be hiring 13 students from the following schools within the Coastal Empire: Bethesda Academy, Groves High School, Savannah High, Woodville Tompkins, South Effingham, Richmond Hill, Bryan County, Claxton, and Metter. Congratulations to all of you and all the others that will be celebrated tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the Female Athlete of the Year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA Draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles. The Female Athlete of the Year Award, presented by Georgia Ports Authority.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Emma Beto, a senior from St. Vincent's Academy. Alex Brown, a senior from South Effingham High School. And Amani Hamilton, a junior from Johnson High School.
And the Coastal Empire Female Athlete of the Year is Alex Brown of South Effingham High School.
3 sports standout Alex Brown entered her senior season as one of the top softball players in the state of Georgia, and she closed out her high school career in grand fashion, hitting .463 with 5 doubles, 5 triples, 4 homers, 19 RBIs, and 40 runs scored for the leadoff spot to earn Region 2 6A Player of the Year honors. She was an all-state selection and helped lead the Mustangs to the Elite 8. Brown, who signed to play softball at North Carolina, also took her competitive streak over to track and field and joined the varsity tennis team for the first time this past spring. She played at number 3 singles for the tennis squad that reached the Sweet 16 in the state playoffs. With the track team, she qualified for the Class 6A state meet in the high jump, finishing 9th by clearing 5 feet. She was also a star in the classroom, maintaining a 4.0 GPA.
Congratulations, Alex.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw Jesus some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame. Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Georgia Ports Authority.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the male athlete of the year are
Carter Holton, a senior from Benedictine Military School. Mion McLeod, a senior from Liberty County High School. And Justin Thomas, a junior from Benedictine Military School.
And the Coastal Empire Male Athlete of the Year is Carter Holton of Benedictine Military School.
Carter Holton burst onto the high school baseball scene as a freshman at Benedictine, as the talented pitcher and first baseman helped lead the cadets to the Class 2A state title. He threw a perfect game that season and finished with an 11-2 record pitching while hitting .432 with 7 homers and 39 RBIs. Before his sophomore season started, Holton committed to play at Vanderbilt. He has improved dramatically every season since, and now has a fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour. His performance in the state semifinals against North Oconee and their nationally ranked pitcher Bubba Chandler will go down as one of the best in school history. Holton and the team were hoping to write a storybook ending to his prep career, and they nearly pulled it off, advancing to the Class 4A finals. Holton has been projected to be a first-round pick in the 2021 MLB Draft.
Congratulations, Carter. Yes, sir. No, sir.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be, don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.